Hi there. Today's walk starts here at Wondabyne Station. The walk I'm doing today goes from here to Kariong Brook Falls. It's a walk around about 8 kilometres return. It should take me about 4.5 hours to complete. There's plenty to see on today's walk, so let's go have a look. Let's go for a walk and talk. There's no clear sign, but the start of the walk is from the southern end of Wondabyne Station, somewhere among all that overgrown trees and grass. The first part of the walk is pretty steep. It's around 700 metres of fire-burning climb, and I'm already feeling it. We've had a few days of rain, and with today being a little bit on the warm side, it's pretty humid. About halfway up the hill. It's not easy, but we're getting there. I do like a nice rock outcrop, and there's some really good ones on this walk. I thought I'd finish the first climb section of this walk, but there's still a bit to go. That's the end of the first steep climb. Now it's along the fire trail to reach the Hawkesbury track. Now it's 1.5 kilometres along the Rifle Range fire trail. Not much to see really. That's the track to Pin the Cave. That's a walk for another day. It's here where we leave the Rifle Range track and turn into the Hawkesbury track and go all the way downhill to Kariong Brook Falls. There's places along the track where water's still running off from recent rain. Sometimes a track splits into two and there's no sign, but it's usually fairly obvious which way to go. At times the track direction isn't very obvious, and that's when these track markers help us head in the right direction. Just coming across some wet rocks, another place to be careful when crossing. It's an isolated place to have a slip and a fall. Here's a nice spot to stop, taking a deep breath and take in the view. Just fantastic, isn't it? Here's a tree that's fallen across the track. There's no way around it. Have to go over it and through it. Another reassuring arrow to keep us headed in the right direction. I'm starting to hear flowing water. It's too soon for the falls. It's more like the Wondabyne Brook. I've looked around and this seems to be the place where you would normally cross the brook. Not today. Okay, I've made it across without getting my feet too wet. Next stop, the falls. A lovely tall redgum, probably my favourite tree. There's no mistaking that sound. That's Kariong Brook Falls, and by the sounds of it, it's flowing nicely. Let's get in closer and get a better look. This is one of the prettiest falls in the National Park in my opinion. Beautiful, isn't it? I've decided not to walk back to Wondabyne Station. The track coming down was too damaged and coming back up would make it even harder, so I decided to go up the Staples Lookout instead. I first did this walk about 6 years ago. It never gets any easier. For some reason or other, it seems to get harder. It's not all steep climbing. There are flat sections like this where you get to appreciate all the nature that's around you. I only did a bit of scrambling and climbing here. It's very squishy underfoot, very muddy. Here's another section where all the rainwater has washed a deep groove between the rocks, leaving a muddy, slippery mess. Coming up to the end of the climbing, the track from here is pretty much flat all the way to the end. No directional signage, but the trail is off to the left. It's easy to spot. Walk along this short section and hang a left at Tomo's Leap. Someone says 2 kilometres and a grade 5. I would say only a 3 myself. Reach the end of Tomo's track at Warway Road. Safest Lookout car park is about 300 metres up your turn left. Be safe, stay behind the barrier. Today's revised walk from Wondabyne Station to Safest Lookout was around about 7 kilometres and took me about 4 hours of walking time. Hope you liked this video. If you did, hit the like, subscribe, share and leave a comment. And don't forget, hit the bell icon to be notified when I upload my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.